Hi, I'm sitting here with Jay Delaney, director of Not Your Typical Bigfoot Movie, which is here at the Cleveland International Film Festival. Jay, thanks for taking a few minutes to chat with us today.
Definitely.
Well, first off, just full disclosure, Jay and I go way back. We went to Wright State University together in Dayton, but your roots are down in the Portsmouth area where this film is based.
Right.
Just tell me a little bit, just a brief synopsis of what the film is about.
Sure. It's about Dallas and Wayne, two Bigfoot researchers who have been doing Bigfoot research for over 10 years together. And it's really a look at their lives and their pursuit and all the struggles that they face just to try to get the word out about the word out that Bigfoot exists. I mean, they're really out to try to convince people of that. And so for me, it means a lot because it's a film about where I'm from and very much about Appalachia.
What inspired you to do this?
I think really learning about Dallas and learning that there is. A friend of mine came across or met Dallas while he was working. Well, my friend was working in a bank and met Dallas, and Dallas left a business card that said Dallas Gilbert Bigfoot Researcher. And I thought there's got to be a story here, and I met them and talked with them more, and just realized there was something I thought important for people to know about. And again, I think it's also set in that backdrop of Appalachia. I think it's a story that people don't often hear and don't often realize happens.
Well, I gotta say, I saw the film last night, and just to backtrack a little bit, congratulations, by the way, on the film. It's outstanding. Also, personally, I gotta say, it's one of the most bizarre films I've ever seen.
Yeah.
A friend of mine called me this morning. He's like, "Well, what'd you see last night?" I'm like, "Not Your Typical Bigfoot Movie." He's like, "You recommend it?" I said, "Hell yes," but I said at the same time, it's odd, it's bizarre. But I kind of describe it as a dark comedy. It's hilarious at parts, but these two guys, I mean, their lives are pretty sad.
Yeah, yeah, and what I hope audiences realize by the end of the film, especially, is that for me, it's really my goal is that an audience connects with them as people and really grows through the film to understand them. Whereas at first you might think, oh, Bigfoot researchers, what's this? And there's certainly an element on the surface that may be somewhat funny, but really to me, it's more, it's a drama in many ways. I mean, it's very much a sad story about all the struggles they face, and yeah, and I don't want to tell a whole lot more because I want people to see it. But.
Absolutely. If you can just talk a little bit, I mean, how were they like to interact off camera?
Well, we developed a real friendship, and I still keep in touch with both of them.
Okay.
And off camera, I mean, really, I think what you see on camera is very much what they're like off camera. That was my goal. My goal was to try to really be as honest as possible. I didn't go into this film thinking I didn't go into this film with an agenda. I realized it was potentially an interesting story. I really was drawn to it because they're such fascinating people to me. And I wanted to let the story just happen organically and as naturally as possible. So my goal was to really not influence what happened. We were just trying to be flies on the wall and try to really understand why they do what they do. So yeah, it's a lot of things happened during those 5 or 6 months we were filming with them. So.
And I was going to ask Ness, how long did it take you from start to finish? Just about.
We filmed from October 2005 to February of 2006, and then it took about a year and a half, maybe a little bit longer, to edit. Because I transcribed, we had 63 hours of footage, I transcribed those myself, and that took forever. But the nice thing about that was I really got to know the footage very intimately and know exactly what we had. And then my goal, again, like I said earlier, was just to really try to be as honest and as fair as possible in the final cut of the film. I really wanted to be sure that if you see this movie, you really do get a pretty accurate picture of who they are and what drives them.
Yeah, and you did an excellent job with that, because this is certainly like I said, a sad story that you could put any spin on.
Right.
And you really just did let the camera roll and just have them tell it like it is.
Right.
And you really do believe they're very passionate about this. So, yeah, so well, just switching gears a little bit, congratulations obviously on being here in the Cleveland International Film Festival.
Thank
Are you enjoying your time here in Cleveland so far?
It's a blast. And this is only the second public screening that we've had in Ohio of the film. We had our Ohio premiere was this past Thursday at the Wexner Center. And yeah, it's just such an honor to be playing here in the Cleveland Film Festival because to me, the Ohio screenings I've really been looking forward to. I've really been looking forward to sharing it with an Ohio audience and kind of seeing how an Ohio audience reacts to the film. And in terms of film festivals in Ohio, I mean, there's nowhere better to be than the Cleveland Film Fest. So it's really an honor to be here.
Great, I'm certainly glad to hear that. So, and I saw that also you premiered at South by Southwest.
Right.
Congratulations on that, 'cause that's a
Yeah,
huge festival.
Thank you. That was back in March 2008. We premiered there, and we've played other festivals since then. We also get distribution with Oscilloscope Pictures. It's a new distributor owned by Adam Yauch of the Beastie Boys. Yeah. And so the DVD should be out late summer, early fall.
Good. It is going on DVD. Good. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And we had a theatrical run, a short theatrical run in New York and also in Chicago. And I can tell people too, there's a website they can check out, notyourtypicalbigfootmovie.com, to learn more and kind of stay in the loop on what happens and when the DVD is available.
Well, for people downloading and watching this today or tomorrow, it's screening here at the Cleveland International Film Festival tomorrow at noon. It's the last time you have a chance to see it here in Cleveland.
Right.
From here, you go on to, I believe, a couple other places in Ohio later this year.
Yeah, we're going to be screening in a new film festival in Dayton called the Film Dayton Festival. That'll be held at the Neon.
Neon, New York,
Dayton.
Oregon District,
Yeah,
yes.
very cool venue. And then we're trying to schedule a screening in Portsmouth, so the people of Portsmouth can see the film firsthand. And then we have a couple other screenings coming up as well outside of Ohio.
Right. What's next steps for you in terms of filmmaking?
Well, in terms of filmmaking, I haven't started on a new project just yet. It may be a narrative film that I do next, but I would say the closest thing to it would probably be something kind of like The Wrestler. Love that film, and that's probably the closest thing I can kind of give you an example of. But yeah, I'm working on the next project. My girlfriend and I just moved to Chicago about 6 months ago, so we're kind of getting all settled in there.
Well, try to move back to Ohio soon.
Yeah.
Move back home. Well, once again, this is Jason Lansdale on behalf of the Cleveland International Film Festival. I'm here with Jay Delaney, director of Not Your Typical Bigfoot Movie. Jay, once again, congratulations, and thank you for your time today.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thank you.